longer than 7 days in the last year? Somebody say what in the last 8 years? All right. The 7-day vacation, I have never even had one of those. You all there? I have gotten together with friends for fun and I have not gotten together with friends for fun and conversation in over a month. How many of these apply to you? Just put down the number. If it's 4, if it's 5, if it's 2. Everybody cool? I can move on? It's a simple thing. It's just an assessment. I'm not going to harass you all too much. This was a survey done by a professor to study people and their time management and stress and stuff like that. Assessment number 3. Keeping up with household chores is a struggle because of time constraints. I am dissatisfied with the amount of quality time I am able to spend with my spouse or significant other. You all there? I am dissatisfied with the amount of time I am able to spend with my child. And some of these, it might not apply to you all, right? I don't have time to exercise. I resent the things I do for family and friends because I have little or no time for myself. You all there? Everybody took a note of how much of these apply to them? I can move on or no? Going once, going twice, gone. Last slide. Before you all take a score. The fuel light in my car has come on at some point in the last month because I have not had time to fill it up. Anybody could relate to that? My mail is piled up because I have not had time to open it and sort it out. I don't have time to write thank you notes. My to-do list rarely gets completely checked off for the day. You all there? How many people use to-do lists? Everybody got this one now? So we're going to assess now. So do you all, what I want you all to do is tally up the numbers that you all have from slide 1, slide 2, slide 3, slide 4. So if you had 4 from the first one, you had 3 in the second one, maybe 4 from the third one, and 5 from the last one, or whatever. Add that up and tell me what your score is. So you're going to get a total. So how many people fall into this category? How many people, after they go through the 4 sets of slides, fall in this category? 1 to 5 points only. 1 person. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it means that, so you only say you had, out of those 20 or 25, you only had like 1 to 5? 2? 2 things. So you're managing to get by. You might need to make a little few small changes. That will make a big difference with how you manage your time. You all there? That's how you would rate. How many people had 6 to 10 points? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that is a reasonable 7. So basically it means that you're too busy. Either life is becoming increasingly busy for you, or you've been managing to get by, but you are starting to lose control. You all there? I can move on? We're going to the next level. 11 to 15. How many people have 11 to 15? It means you are too busy and put on all your hand there, boy. All your hand, nothing to worry about. Look here. No food for you when all you go. I can understand you. So he actually going through what they call SEA, right? He up like 10 o'clock every night, getting up early in the morning, working. He in classes right through, so I can understand why you're frustrated. Hard luck, son. You had to work hard. Nothing doesn't come without effort. So too busy and frustrated. Life has been too hectic for a while. And if you don't become more intentional about your time, you will soon burn out like that fella there. You all there? Now the last one, I want to see if anybody really hit this one. Anybody hit like 12 to 20? Nobody? Nobody want to admit it. Nobody want to admit it. 1? 13, all right, okay, that's honest. Anybody else? I probably hit like 15 on this.
Some people hide it, man.
Huh?
Some people hide the results, man.
That is okay, that is okay. You wouldn't want to say if you reach the stage, right? So basically, you are out of control. Yeah, no, I could relate to that too. I think at one time I was probably more like close to 20, about 20. And sometimes you have to step back away from the situation because unfortunately you're going to be making mistakes, you're going to be making accidents, things going to be, you're going to be affecting your own self. So it is possible for you. Yeah.
My desk doesn't look like that. I'm very well organized.
You're very well organized. Very good, very good. Alhamdulillah. I couldn't say the same about myself while I had a day job. The company I was with was like growing exponentially. Every few days they're just adding more and more people. And then the job that I was supposed to be doing, I was doing the work for 4 people or 5 people. And plus managing staff as well. So it was really ridiculous. At the end of the day, if I didn't stop, I would have probably died. It had gotten so bad. So sometimes your life will get out of control. And sometimes you need to step back and decide what you need to do for yourself. You all there? So it's possible for you to transform your schedule so that it aligns. That was exactly how I was. So that it aligns with what is important to you. Requires big changes, but change is nothing more than making choices. Everybody cool? All right. So where we move to from here? So we're going to talk a little bit about planning. How many people know about the 3 P's of time management? All right? In terms of managing your time, one of the first, I say managing your time, I keep saying it, but like we already agreed, you can't really do that. But in terms of getting more out of your time, what you need to do is actually plan how your time is going to be spent. You all with me? So, you know, what we used to say back in the days, the first P is really a 5P process. It basically says that prior planning prevents poor performance. You all there? Prior planning prevents poor performance. So in order for you to take control of your time, you need to plan. So I'll give you like a 4-step process after in terms of what action you could take to plan your time a little bit more efficiently. You all there? Now, I also had a boss at one time. There was a time when I was working 4 or 5 years ago, but I never able to take a holiday. And once he said to me, he said, he's a smart guy, he said, if you do not prepare for it, it will never happen. If you do not prepare for it, it will never happen. In other words, if you want to take a holiday, then what do you need to do? Well, you need to train other people in the department to do what? To fill in for you so that you could get that time off that you need. You all there? So in other words, if your life is out of control, you need to understand what are the things that you're currently doing. And there's a 4-step process that you would need to understand, as you would see later on. The 4-step process is that there are only 4 things that you could actually do in life in terms of your time. You could either do it, you could defer it, you could delegate it, or you could drop it. You all there? You could do it, you could defer it, you could delegate it, or you could drop it. There's only 4 options you have basically. You all there? So for people who basically their life is kind of out of control, then it means you need to review your activities and do some planning to determine, or negotiation with whoever it is you may have the opportunity to negotiate with, to determine how you could restructure your life to get a little bit more time for yourself. You all there? So planning is key in terms of looking at your time. So we'll go through how to plan your activities for the day. All right? In terms of time management, one of the key things that they would tell you about is procrastination. Anybody could tell me what about procrastination and time management is an issue? How many people here procrastinate? A lot. Huh? Go ahead, tell me about it. You don't want to tell everybody, yeah. Yeah. So what are some of the things that you might procrastinate? Anybody here? There's my family, so I could probably ask him. Right? Procrastination is called the thief of time. It's the silent killer. And unfortunately, all of us, to one extent or another, would procrastinate. And it might be we'll be procrastinating because we really don't know what to do about a particular situation. Or we may have to make some difficult choices which we don't want to make. You all there? Or there may be other things that we procrastinate about, right? Huh?
Sometimes there's fear of the outcome.
There is fear, right? Now what I say to people is usually, I